What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tisha the Brave. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing okay. Today I'm here to talk about my personal experiences with my ancestors, but also some advice if you want to work with your ancestors. So I've been working with my ancestors for a year and a bit now, and let me tell you, it is nothing like I expected because nobody told me like what the hell I was getting myself into. Now, just so you know, I never necessarily went out and looked for them. They came to me. So that's a whole different video. I have a whole story time on that. If you're interested, it will be up here, okay? And also, before I get into the video as well, if you follow me on Patreon, I'll have bonus content on there. And also, I have a tarot message every week for those who support me financially there as well. So it's been like a year that I've worked with them, and there are some things that nobody told me about that I thought I would tell you because I've never seen videos on things like this for some reason. So maybe this will help you if you want to work with them, or if they have contacted you or whatever. These are some things to expect, and these are some things to look out for, okay? Number one is that they keep their personalities, and it will come out for better or for worse, okay? Now, let me tell you, I have this one ancestor that I work with who is a very ancient woman. She really talks to me very directly, and sometimes she'll talk to me kind of mean, and she'll talk to me kind of like blunt. And it doesn't matter how I'm feeling that day, she's always going to tell me like the most bluntest way possible, like, this is what I need from you, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it. If you're an emotional person, if you're a sensitive person, just be mindful that you could be working with somebody just like this, okay? And sometimes you choose them, or sometimes they choose you. In my case, she chose me, and I learned to listen because, you know, she came and sought me out. So she wants to help me. So I'm like, I'm listening, honey, like no matter what. And I don't go against anything they say because in my opinion, this is what they're here for, guidance, okay? So just be mindful, they will keep their personalities, okay? And just so you know, the other two that I work with are both my grandmas from both my mom's side, my dad's side. I have both their natal charts, including their rising sign and everything. And let me tell you, the way they present themselves are exactly like their natal charts as well. Trust me, they keep their personalities. Number two, they will give you signs and signals. So do not freak out. Remember, you're not dealing with people from this realm. You are dealing with people from beyond, okay? So let me tell you a quick story time about what happened to me. So in case you guys don't know, I have a mother who is a stroke patient, and one time I ran out of patience with her. I was overtired, I was losing my mind, I was delirious, and I just snapped a little bit. And I remember saying to myself, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to apologize later on because I just realized I've snapped at her, and like right now it's not a good time. Like, you know, I've got to take a breather, go back and get my words together, do all of that. Tell me why the altar that I've created for them, right, the altar that I created for them, my ancestors, just to acknowledge them and remember them, every single thing had fallen to the side, like lopsided, all of it fallen to the side. My cat had not been in the room, the window was not opened. This was them, particularly my mom's mom, saying, you better be nice to my child, you better like, that's my child you're talking to, that's my child you're taking care of, that is my child that you've just been rude to. Just so you guys know, this is my altar, and like it all was fallen to the side, like literally all this stuff was just toppled over, including the picture. So they will give you signs and signals, and like I said, you better not freak out because you know who you're working with. These are people from beyond, and I knew straight away that it was them. And you know, ultimately I did apologize to my grandma because I realized, you know, I am looking after your child. It doesn't matter how old my mom is, like that's her baby. And I had to acknowledge that I was doing wrong by her baby, you know. And she keeps reminding me to be patient, of course, because, you know, this is a situation where my mom can't do much, and I'm learning to be more patient as time goes on. Obviously I'm not mean, but I do lose patience. Okay, now number three, do not expect these holier than thou, turn the other cheek kind of answers, or these religious answers that you expect because they raised you a certain way, or they raised your parents a certain way, or whatever. they now know way beyond what we know because of where they're at. And so sometimes they'll give you this advice that you do not expect. So the way I was raised was super Christian. I remember I was going through something, and it's kind of taboo in the way that I grew up, right? And I was talking to my ancestors about this, and I was saying to them, you know, like, if I go through this situation, is that okay? Like, is anything, like, you know, how do you guys feel about this? And they were like, go for it. And I couldn't believe I was getting the green light for something that would have been a hell no in the community that I was raised in. They see things in a different way to how they were on earth. And that's something you have to remember, especially if you knew them personally. So here are some things you should do if you want to connect with them. Number one is build an altar. If you have specific pictures, put them up. If you don't, then you can just simply honor them by putting things there as a symbol of them. So for me, I don't really have many pictures of my grandmas or like my Asian ancestor grandma who I work with as well. Like, I don't have any pictures of them, but I do have a altar that I have where there's a picture there that represents the door being opened, and that's them kind of like, you know, coming through the door in my mind, and there's some crystals there and there's candles there and everything, and that is my altar to them. If you want to, you can honor them by, like, you know, pouring drinks, putting food there, just as a way to show your appreciation. It's just an appreciation gesture. And otherwise, you don't have to do that. You can just leave it and acknowledge them by saying like hello and thank you, and just literally just randomly conversating with them, you know. The next thing you should do is just simply ask the divine to literally connect to them if you feel in your spirit that you should connect to them, because it's not for everyone. It's not in everybody's spiritual journey to actually connect with them. But if you're watching this video and you really want to, then simply ask, and just when they come through, do not be scared. They're here to help you. When they came through for me, it was just like, I just accepted the fact that they were supposed to be here and coming through for me. And then the fourth thing you could do is literally just acknowledge that they're here already. Just start speaking to them until you start feeling them in the way that you do. I want to say, like, obviously everybody has their own spiritual cues. You must know what your spiritual cues are, because you could just get mixed up with just pure fantasy or anything that happens, and you might be very like Piscean like me, where you're just like, everything is a sign, everything is a symbol. Not necessarily the case. I know that I'm clairsentient, which means that a lot of the things that happen to me in terms of spiritual cues come through sensations in my body. For some people, it's clear audio. You'll get a direct download in your brain where you can hear what it is to do. For some people, it's like visions. For some people, it's dreams. Like, you should know your spiritual cues by now if you want to work with your ancestors, because you need to know how exactly they're coming through, because like I said, it could just be you misconstruing that they're coming through, okay? And that's something that's really important if you want to work with them, okay? My name is Tisha the Brave. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, let me know in the comment sections down below if you're working with your ancestors, if anything that I'm saying has rung true for you, or if you are wanting to work with your ancestors, okay? I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Thank you.